Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Pizliz. Welcome to my stream. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Wednesday. I have a lot of filament to review for you guys this time, and a lot of fun prints to show you guys. This time, I will not be throwing anything on the ground. Nothing shall be thrown on the ground this time. I have unfortunate news about my latest Pochita print. I'll wait for some more people to come in. No ground throwing. Woohoo! Last day of work today for the week. What an early work week for you. Hi, welcome. Welcome to my stream. Thank you guys for joining me on a Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. I have some fun content to share with you guys today. I'll be reviewing some of my recent prints. I can't say that any of them are a win. Well, 3 of them are a win. And I'll be reviewing some of our filament because I've been using some of it. And I will be going over some cool email campaigns that we've gone and some cool stuff on social media that we just posted. How's everyone doing? Now that Murph is over, was anyone at Murph? And if you guys were at Murph, did you guys have fun? And what was the best part of it? Which kunai did you guys print? No kunais this week. I only printed 2, and that was for a video, but no kunais this week. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I need to figure out where to store it. I think I for sure will put it in the Polymaker office since I have so many prints just lounging around in my home. Someone suggested I keep like a failed prints bag, but here are my kunais this week. I heard the best part about Murph was that it was so wet that nobody ever had to take showers. This sounds gross, bearded printer. I don't know about that. Oh, I will for sure share the file with you. 1 second. Okay, so the overall feeling was moist. I don't know if I love that. I'm printing my first Labubu. Ooh, Pezliz, you're hopping onto the trendy train. Please share with us your Labubus when you're done printing them. Okay, let me go on MakerWorld and find the kunai profile that I printed. Let's see, I believe it's this one. Okay, I'm going to show you first what not to print. Because the first kunai I printed was diabolical. It completely broke on me mid-print. But yeah, I think I found the printing profile. Okay, let me share it with you guys. Hi, guys. Moist is not the best way to describe it. My hotel had shower. Reprinting kunais, I found a nice set of modular ones a while back. You could mix and match. Ooh, please drop that in the chat then. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, y'all. All right, so to answer this question, let me share my screen. Let's see. Okay, if you guys can see here, the ones not to print. Do not print these. Do not print these. No shade to this designer, but do not print them because your print will look like this. Unless someone can tell me how to avoid that. My print looked exactly like this. People had success, but mine definitely broke. And I had to stop at mid-print. And I don't like that it prints vertically instead of horizontally either. All right, we are showing off prints today. I do have a tool today because I did reprint the Pochita. If you guys have been on this saga with me, I have tried to print Pochita 2 different times now, and today is the 3rd. Lesson learned, never try. I have no restraint today. Went to Hobby Lobby for glue and left with another kid's Pikachu model kit. Isn't that how it always goes? But to answer your question, where are you at? Diablo Spawn. This is the STL file. It's from WF3D Printing. This is the printing profile. Although it looks like this, it actually printed very well for me. So we have little kunai right here. Printed two. They're quite stabby. They're really sharp. We use this for some videos to open some spools, so they're pretty fun. I haven't tried throwing them at anything yet, but maybe when I go into the office, I might find some victims to throw it at. All joking aside, having failed prints is frustrating, especially when it keeps failing. All right, Bearded Printer, boy, do I have a saga for you today. Now we're going to be reviewing my most recent print. All right. Okay, so here, hello, Korea Icebox. Hello. All right, to follow on this, we have Pochita Model 1, where I managed to print the handle, but Bearded Printer gave me extremely bad advice and I broke the tail. We have Pochita 1. We have Pochita 2, where I don't know why I just didn't print the rest of the profiles, because this is the best print that I did for this Pochita. I did fuzzy skin, but I don't know why I didn't do the rest of the parts. I should have done it in one go, but I just wanted to test it out to see if the fuzzy skin worked. So Pochita 2.0 with no parts. At Bearded Printer, why is the tail broken? The tail is broken because a certain someone in my stream told me to throw it on the ground to see if the supports would be loose. All right, and so we have Pochita 3. The scaling just keeps getting smaller. This is 100%. This is 60%, and now we're at 40%. And I fear the 40% was a complete bust because none of the parts fit, and it's too small. Fuzzy skin doesn't work on top flat parts. Exactly, I didn't know that. And now that I know that, it's a little hard to shove any of the stuff up. There we go. Any of the parts in because of the fuzzy skin texture. On the smaller one, the tolerance of the rest of the parts of the smaller ones might have issues fitting. Just print one and see how it fits. Yep, you were correct. Although the parts, this is again 40%, although all the parts printed super small without any problem, now the issue is it won't fit in the body. And this one printed with a crap ton of supports. So there's that. Okay, so out of all of my Pochitas, I must say, I think the second one was a win. I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm going to try to salvage all of these and reprint the different parts, just with different scaling. The only reason I didn't reprint these parts is because I forgot what scaling it was at, and it's 60%. So here is my family of Pochitas, failed Pochitas, naked Pochitas. Here it is. Sorry, everyone. Back to this. All right, so all three printing profiles are right here. And I will share with you guys right now which Pochita, maybe you guys can do better than me. All right, so this is the printing profile that I used. And as you can see here, it's pretty cute. Lots of parts. I don't have an AMS, which is why I can't print it all in one go. So it takes me a little bit of time. I was pretty confident I could print it. Next time, maybe I'll do 75% scale. This person seemed to have it fit really well. The print's just really cute. I feel like mine will get there. Mine will get there, maybe with different filament. For sure, different filament. To share with you guys which filament I have the most issue with, it is this Polylite PLA. It's the only orange one I got from the office. I used to have just a regular PLA, the Panchroma PLA, but I sadly gave that away to someone because they just started 3D printing. So this is what I got. This is what I got. I know everyone says this is terrible for supports, but it's all I got. Maybe I'll return it to the office next week, recycle it, and come back again with a different filament. I have printed some models like 5 times before they were viable. Sometimes you just got to keep adjusting until things work out. The only problem with this chat is I have terrible patience, but rest assured, the saga will continue. I just fear that I keep coming back to you guys with so many pochitas, so many. Oh, you want us to send these to you? I don't mind. If you want to reach out to me on Discord, I will surely send these prints for you. So please let me know, Jay Palmer. All right, now to show you guys a successful print. Wait, props to this designer also. This designer is Skylar Shu. Great print. I think it's a maker problem, not a print profile problem. So that's on me. All right. Hello, welcome. But yes, Jay Palmer, please reach out to me on Discord or reach out to us on any of our social medias, and I can for sure send these to you guys. Terrible patience can change, though. Growing is also crucial to 3D printing. That's true, because before I would never have put that much effort into doing a print that required this many parts. So I guess to show you guys my most successful print recently. Ta-da! All right, now if you guys were here last week, I came in with the Overture filament I just bought. I did buy this with my own money, so props to Overture. I really like the finish. I took all of your suggestions for the printing profile, and I have successfully printed 3 different sarcophaguses from Yu-Gi-Oh! 3. I think they took about like an hour and a half each. Let me share the printing profile with you guys. And they are functional, so I do have my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in here. So let me find the printing profile for you guys. One second. Hi guys, sorry, back to this. Let me find the printing profiles for you guys. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize I didn't share my screen. All right, let's see if I can find it for you guys. My next attempt is this Millennium puzzle piece. So let's see how we do with that. Okay, but exactly here, this is the printing profile I used. Hi everyone. Pro streamer. Plastic lovers, yes. This is the printing profile I use. It's by a designer called Grexmix. Great profile. I didn't have any problems printing it, even though it had warped just a little bit on this side here. I'm not sure if you guys can see. It flipped up a little bit, so I just want to have some explanation of why this flipped up. If you guys can explain to me that. It's fully functional. I do have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in here, not to be a nerd or to show it off a little much. Here are some of the cards that I play with. Here are my top 4 cards that I have up here for you guys. Just bask in this, just bask in it. My blue eyes, white dragons have found a home. And these sarcophaguses. Let's see here. What do you guys have to say about this? Corner lifted due to bed adhesion, or maybe that corner was close to an area that was cold. Huh, I didn't know that was a possibility, Pezliz. That's very interesting. Need to slow down the first layer and make sure the build plate is super clean to prevent lifting. Okay, then maybe I need to start cleaning my build plate. Okay, because it happened with this one. This was the first one, but it didn't happen with the rest of the ones that I printed. So I'm not sure if this is a one-time fluke. If you guys could give me an explanation. Oh, no, I lied. This one also has the same thing. So is that with, if you guys could see right here, here's the same lift. Here's the same curve. So it definitely could be a build plate issue then, huh? Oh, I would usually listen to Bearded Printer, but he's led me astray too many times, so I'm going to have to veto this idea, Bearded Printer. And we need to get you some Vision Miner nanopolymer as an adhesive to prevent lifting. Okay, I thought my build plate was too strong because sometimes I do need to pry this stuff off. So good to know that I actually need to clean it more. Good choice is not listening to me. If you give, I'm praying that you give me a good suggestion one of these days, Bearded Printer. Although I will say, you asking me to throw it on the floor was quite entertaining. What build plate are you using? Whatever comes with the A1 Mini. Let me Google it really quick. It's a textured build plate for sure. Yeah, it's a textured build plate for sure. So it's whatever comes with the A1 Mini. That's all I can say. Oh, hello! I will feel it again. For those of you coming back or joining my stream, these are my Pochita families. Someone had asked me to send these to them, so I might, just to see if they have better use with it. And to reveal all of my new prints, I've printed 3 of these Exodia boxes. The only issue I'm having with them is this little curve here that I can't seem to understand why, but with people giving me feedback, it's probably because my build plate is either dirty or I need to be slower with the first print. All right, clean the plate every print. I use some isopropyl on a makeup round. Okay, gotta sign them for whoever you ship it to. I don't know if you guys want my signature. Maybe I could have the whole office sign it for you guys. How about that? Always cleaning a PEI build plate with alcohol may not be the best. Suggest using Dawn. Everyone has said Dawn, but also people have said alcohol. So I think this is a hot debate. This is another thing. If you guys noticed here, this is the only one that has it. This right here, this one streak, I'm not sure it's because I didn't take it off the plate fast enough or there was some drippage. So it has like a little bit of excess filament. I'm not sure what this texture is. It lifted off the plate. We all have to run into that issue at some point. Pneumonia-based cleaner like Windex also does really good to remove. Ooh, I do have Windex. I do have kitchen soap. It would be fun to use the Polymaker wiki to ask these questions. That's true. Why don't we do that right now, Pezliz? Okay, so the bottom definitely doesn't stick because you guys told me that I need to clean my build plate more. All right, but so far, pretty good print considering it caught all the details, no fails. Just a little bit of fraying here, but I think that's normal, isn't it? A little bit of fraying around here. I actually printed these all out as gifts. So now that we're on the Polymaker wiki, please, you guys, direct me on where I should go to ask questions. I actually have never used the Polymaker wiki. If you work at Polymaker, you would think you would have like so much access to information, which you do, but you're also really busy at all times. So I never really have the time to dive in and actually look at the Polymaker wiki. Good on puzzles, though. The Bamboo Wiki and lessons Bamboo has on MakerWorld goes, yeah, but I have to promote the Polymaker Wiki. Our team works so hard on this. All right, team, let's go over this. Where should I go first at Pezliz? Depending on plate, isopropyl alcohol can damage and ruin a plate, but PEI texture plate is fine with isopropyl alcohol. Just sometimes alcohol can just spread the oils around. Interesting. Would you guys suggest Windex then? What about Windex? Dawn. Dawn is the answer. All answers lead back to Dawn. It's a good old soap and water. Yes, Sean did an amazing job with it. I just hadn't had the time to explore it yet. Let's see. All right, guys, where should I go on the Polymaker wiki? Just to show you guys my Yu-Gi-Oh cards again. Okay, where should I go? Troubleshooting? Let's see, printing tips. Good example is like you never clean your monitors with Windex. It will ruin your expensive monitor. This is true. I have not cleaned my, I always use a microfiber cloth to clean my stuff. Common mistakes, printing tips. Here we go. Common printing issues. Let's go here. Is it poor layer adhesion? What is the problem with this? Warping? Probably warping. Here it is. Warping is the correct one. I came to that conclusion on my own, chat. Okay, with warping. The warping of parts is just about inevitable. If you don't understand the material or machine you are using, warping is when corners or entire parts of the print curl up due to uneven cooling or due to improper bedding adhesion. I'm getting there, chat. I'm getting there. She's cooking, let her cook. Next time when I build, I swear to God, I will get this pochita right. Yes, and some people... Maybe that should be my new stream name. Tiffany, nailed it. Yes, and some people have weird shortcuts that work for them, but I always are on the side of caution. Okay, so how should I clean this? Parts not sticking to the build plate. So I have no issue with it not sticking to the build plate. Print slower, like Peslis says. You mean you have to clean your screen? It's not supposed to get blurry? I know just sometimes when I stream that it is a little bit blurry. I do have a bad habit of not cleaning my screen sometimes. An unhinged thing I used to do is clean it with Clorox wipes. So you can feel free to attack me in the chat. Printing in an enclosed environment. This might also be a thing. When you're printing a part on a heated build plate, you are automatically working in an environment with uneven ambient temperatures. When the room is around 30 Celsius and your heated build plate is around 110, there's a quick change in temperature for parts close to the build plate. While internal stresses may be the biggest reason for your warping, this extreme temperature difference will also cause warping problems. This is true. I do keep my place pretty cold, so I feel like that might be an issue. Make sure the build plate is not losing heat mid-print. I don't have an issue with delamination of Okay, I think first things first, I'm going to try cleaning my bed plate. They sell monitor wipes pretty cheap. Yeah, printing in an enclosed environment, I think, is another factor. When printing PLA, you don't want the environment to get too warm or you could run into hot end clogging. That's a good thing. I don't have that issue because my place is extremely cold. However, if I were to print in the office, we do have a printing room and it is quite hot. So I might try it out there to see if it affects the warping. If you have a printer next to a window that can or cold area can cause the area to cool too fast. My printer is directly under my AC vent, so I think that could be it. Put a box over the printer. Now, would that encapsulate heat though? Diablo spawn? I'm gonna let you guys in on another 3D printing fumble. I guess you could call this a 3D printing confession on my part. And this stays between you and me, okay? I had actually bought like this mini drawer to put my 3D printer on from IKEA. And as soon as I tried printing on it, it wobbled so bad that I just print on the floor now. I cannot use that table. The table is only for storing. So every time I print, honestly, my 3D printer kind of lives on the floor now. I feel like wobble does matter because it kind of flings all of my filament everywhere. Learn witchcraft and that'll resolve any printing woes. The 3D printing witches must call upon me, please. Yes, it's like having an enclosure. Yeah, IKEA furniture is not, I had to find that out the hard way and I already built it, so I couldn't return it either. Did you do vibration compensation before you printed? I did not. Hi, Tank Live. Welcome. People literally put a printer hanging on a rope and it works perfectly. I don't know. When I put my printer on that little, let me show you guys what I have because it's pretty vertical. Yeah, it's pretty vertical. It's pretty tall. It doesn't have a good base, I feel like. All right, guys, this is the unit. This is the drawer that I have it sitting on. But I'm converting it into a new desk, so it's fine, not a complete waste. But this is the drawer I have it on. As you can see, the base is not that sturdy. So yeah, I put my little printer on here and it moves and shifts so much that the entire thing wobbles also. The whole drawer wobbles. I think that is a good point, K2 Kevin, because I haven't tried it yet with all the stuff in the drawers because I did it when everything was still empty. But I must say, I don't want to risk it and waste more filament, but I probably will risk it for a small print. That being said, yes, I have been printing everything on the floor. I think a series that the team and I have kind of brainstormed to do together is rate the Polymaker team's 3D printing setup. I think mine will cause some controversy as it's literally just on the floor. Get a end table at an antique shop. They are built sturdy. That's something I thought of also. That a large slate of like heavy sheet stone that you can get from the hardware store takes care of vibration issues. Fill the bottom drawer with cement. That would be kind of crazy. Are you telling me that I should get wet cement and fill it there? That's kind of crazy. Or just a bag of cement. But yeah, that is my printing setup, all on the floor. I'm taking half the advice from the chat seriously because, again, 3D printing, bearded printer. These kunais, we'll see you next time I see you. I do have quite a bit of filament that I have stuck in those drawers, so that will probably be my new plan. However, I just bought a new tabletop for this little unit, so I'm just going to use the entire desk. Check Discord under custom printers. Will do. Posted a short. Interesting. Bearded printer, you've become an icon in my chat just from that one advice you gave me solely. But yeah, really wanted to share off my one successful print with you guys now. IKEA furniture has gotten extremely expensive, guys. I think I spent like $200 on a tabletop and 2 shelves. And they're really basic too. It's not anything fancy with glass or anything. Build the enclosure with the IKEA side tables. So what kind of box are we talking about? Are we talking about... I printed organizers for it. Ooh, I think that will be my next printing project. I have another print to show you guys. So can you guys guess what this is right off the bat? So I only started printing stuff like figurines just to show off to the chat. Because on the day-to-day basis, when I actually print things, it's super basic, like very basic stuff that I would use for utility. And it's a eyeglass holder. I printed this for about 10 people that I know. So my beige Polyterra filament has gotten a lot of good use. Although it's the one that snapped on me the most, but it's okay. We forgive that filament. That was on me for leaving it in the tube. I used a countertop instead of a tabletop for my desk, saved over $100. Yeah, the tabletop I just bought from IKEA was like $80, so saved some money there. I would print a headphone holder for my new desk. That'll be my next project. Love the Gridfinity system for organizing things on my desk, at least. That's another good point. So on MakerWorld, they have so many good printing profiles for IKEA accessories. I have a pegboard, and I can't wait to print a bunch of accessories for my pegboard instead of going to IKEA and buying it. PLA Pro is my go-to filament now. It's so good. Yeah, I love IKEA. I plan on taking advice from you guys and putting more stuff, weighted stuff into my Alex before I actually think about putting my printer on top of it again. But for now, it's a secret between you and me that I print on the floor. I sometimes worry because when there's filament poops that drop on my carpet, I do worry that it'll burn my carpet. But that's for a later problem because I'm too lazy to print or use a box to collect all my poop. So that's my lazy girl 3D printing secret. A crazy amount of good models for the IKEA Scatus pegboard system. Agreed. I saw so many good models that I can't wait to print now that I'm actually gonna put it up. I've actually had the pegboard for like 3 years now. I just never had the opportunity to put it up. Yeah, everything has gotten extremely expensive, so there's that too, which is why I was hesitant on buying new furniture. Start sharing about non-printing on the floor on social media. I think one of these days when we eventually do post our team's 3D printing setup, I will for sure take a picture of mine. I feel like that'll cause some fun conversations in our comments. Can you please put the printer not on the carpet? Have something between. Okay, thank you, Puzzlers, for saying this, because another secret or an embarrassing confession is it is on the carpet. I thought it would be better on the carpet because it would stabilize the vibrations. It will change your mind. It's all about calibration and setting that matter more. You don't need to waste money on weighting down furniture. I will for sure watch it. If you tag me on Discord, that'd be great. Unethical pro tip: go to a tile store and ask for a sample tile and put the printer on it. Ooh, that is a good tip. I feel like that's a good life hack. Floor prints rock. They do rock. All of my floor prints have been pretty successful. The ones that have been on the table have failed me. But it's a problem if the printer starts walking off the furniture. The legs are between the printer and the carpet. I know, Puzzles, but I do always watch my printer whenever I print things. So one caveat to me having it dangerously on the carpet is that. Use a cookie sheet. Okay. I think this is another good question for you guys. What is an unhinged 3D printing hack that you guys have for me? And I'll put it in the chat. I would love to hear all of your unhinged hacks. I can just imagine the reaction of anyone who joined the stream and you said you were too lazy to put the poop in a box. What, you guys don't poop on the floors? You don't have poop on the floor just constantly? Even a cardboard box flattened will make it safe for the boards. Yeah, but a fire can start so fast. I had a fire start from a space heater from being plugged into the wrong type of extension wire. Rest assured, chat, I am listening and I am learning. I didn't think about how leaving it on the carpet would be a fire hazard. Oh, cats? Yes, give me your best unhinged 3D printing hack. Someone said go to a model floor and ask for some sample tiles. So there's that. For sure, for sure. I am moving this setup onto a table soon, so hopefully I don't have to worry about floor prints anymore. But maybe when I post my 3D printing setup on social media for the public to tear me apart, I will have like a little tile on the floor just so they don't think I'm promoting to the public unsafe printing environments. Remove the door. Buy a window scraper using plastic blades. Unhinged. Remove the door. What does this mean, James the printer? Oh my God. This is a dad joke if I've ever heard one. This is a dad joke if I've ever heard one. Bad kitties poop on the floor. Is the bad kitty my printer? Okay, chat. Now that I've showed you some cool prints that I've done, another good dad joke right here. Another good one. Now it's time for me to review some prints with you guys. All right, so if some of you may know, we launched our Kopi relaunch campaign. We have a lot of stock left, which is why that's between you guys and me. But so far, pretty good. I just want to go through some of the cool prints that we have shared with you guys. And I want to know who's been using Kopi also. I think doing projects like this really helped me understand what different filaments are used for. I was kind of stumped about what Kopi was used for, like other people who don't know what it is. So this really helped. Oh, that would be crazy. Tiffany said the quiet part out loud. I did. All right, trinkets and fidgets. So I've heard that Kopi would be pretty good for printing stuff like this. What else do you guys have? Unhinged. Baking soda can help super glue dry faster and stronger. So do you mix the super glue with the baking soda, DJ Midnight Wolf? Please let me know. Yes, this is true. This is another one. I was going to have you guys go through hate comments with me. A lot of people are hating on Kopi, but I start realizing that you can do a lot fun things like house models, for sure. And I really want to highlight that Kopi is not like the strongest material, but it's not like I'm going to say that Kopi is terrible. But that being said, Kopi, we do go through some of the specs in our videos. But that being said, Kopi is made for speed, is what I believe, and overhangs. Definitely not for anything that needs durability. So basic household items that would be completely static, figurines like my Pochita would probably be really good with Kopi. And it's supposedly really good for support material also. It comes out really fast. Gaming pieces here, I think I've reviewed this in my first stream, but I still think this dice box is so freaking cool. Maybe one of these days I will print a chat. I do love this Polyterra PLA. This is probably my favorite filament. Oh, we'll get to that. That being said, chat, 1 second. I have to go get my charger. My laptop's on 2%. Hello, chat. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. What do the comments say? I want Kopi to me, $10 a roll. Kopi I think is actually $9 a roll right now. Let me go here. Oh, we are having a sale on it though. 35% off on Kopi right now. Yes, Korea Rice Box is right. It's $13 a roll. It's close to 10 though. Close to 10. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these figurines. Kopi definitely is getting a lot of mixed reviews online, and that's okay. You know, every filament is going to be perfect, but the ones who use it and get it, they get it. 8 rolls is crazy, Joe Bob, but we love you for that. Thank you for buying 8 rolls. All right, next one. I also love that we get to highlight different designers through these different campaigns also. There's so many cool designers and creators out here on MakerWorld. Definitely a lot of stuff involving static desk accessories, TCG boxes. I can definitely see myself printing a lot with CoPE regarding TCG boxes. Yeah, chat, if you ever have any cool designs, please send it our way in the Discord. We're always looking for some really cool things to feature. Dioramas and miniatures. I know a lot of people are using CoPE for figurines and stuff like that for games like Warhammer, D&D. So is CoPE going to continue being produced? Yes, for sure, for sure. CoPE is one of the products that our Polymaker team personally love, but just the public hasn't really latched onto it yet. But going back to this comment, are CoPE spools labeled as such now? I was very annoyed when my first batch wasn't, and I didn't know they didn't stick with older PLA at the time. So this is a very valid response and opinion, not opinion, but a fact, actually, at the Maka 23. So with that being said, we understand the fumble with that. I wasn't personally here for that launch, but we have definitely heard the public feedback. And with future CoPE products that are being filaments that are being produced, it will have CoPE on the label. I think sometime by the end of this month or next month is when that will come into effect. But this is why we decided to relaunch CoPE, just to give the public more specs on it. Definitely want to give you guys more info. Yes, for sure. So like Korea Ricebox says, CoPE is definitely great for just static prints like miniatures, headphone stands, household decor. This bonsai tree is so fun. Electronic stands and support materials. I blame me too. I'll be the scapegoat. I'll take the L for the team. CoPE and textured build plates are not friends. Ooh, I think we'll have to add this to our spec. I'm going to favorite this comment. Can you please elaborate on this, Dad's RC workbench? No worries, Tiffany. Didn't blame you. Previously yelled at Nick and Joel about it. It's okay. I think the whole Polymaker team will fall on the sword for this. We understand the public's concern, and we want to be very transparent about the product. So if you have more feedback to give us, we appreciate the honesty. Yeah, it's just not a lot of people know about the specs of that. So maybe the next post I push out will give some highlight of the negatives to CoPE. Well, I don't know if that's good marketing, but we just want to be transparent with the public since everyone's understandably pretty upset about the packaging detail. CoPE welds itself to a textured build plate in my experience. Oh, I can see CoPE being used as cheaper prototype material when you're testing out. No, for sure. So this is another good valid point. So CoPE is definitely used if you want to mass print things like fidgets or if you're trying to sell things, but also for good testing. For example, I could have used CoPE for this, but again, I get this I still would probably be wasting filament, but at least it would be at a cheaper price point. Textured PEI build plates are not recommended as adhesion may be too strong. For easiest release, allow prints to fully cool to room temperature before removal. Could you do a raft of PLA and then CoPE for the print after? I will surely get with our video content creator about that, because I think that would be pretty interesting. Our CoPE will end soon though, so take advantage of it while you can. I might order myself a roll because we don't even have it in the office. Yeah, I hope the public was able to understand a little bit more of what CoPE is used for, definitely for static prints. Now for the fun part. I want you guys to go through Reddit with me and maybe answer some questions that people had. So this is the top picks that were picked by our e-commerce team and me. So Kevin and Chris in our team helped pick me out a lot of these cool prints and designs. So just the prints that you guys saw earlier. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty comments. What is the benefit of CoPE over standard PLA and PLA plus? Can anyone in my comments answer that for me? I heard that Kopie prints a lot smoother than PLA. I think it would be great to have some really close-up shots of layer lines for both. Ooh, that would be great. No, for sure, because we only have close-up shots of how Kopie prints, so to have a comparison would be great. Yes, for sure, it is cheaper. Our regular PLA, I believe, is like $20 and up, so this is great. I'm over it now, but when it first came out, it was really hard to comb. That's a knee slapper dad joke. The Maka 23, another good dad joke. They adhere better. So we did have a little comparison chart if I were to go back to this little page. But I think people wanted to see more of the negative side also. How else could we better make this graph understandable to the public? I would use it now for PLA breakaway supports, for sure. Supports, we highlight right here. Low adhesion to PLA, making it the perfect choice for support structures. 3D printing is my coping mechanism. That's a good meme. I'm going to think about posting that later. Simpler than that, write cope is better. This is true. Whenever I have to write content writing, sometimes it won't let me uncapitalize a letter, so it just comes out as cope. Right, but what is bad? What is it bad at? Can it be better than PLA? I can't say the comparison actually listed much useful info. Oh, sorry guys, didn't share the screen. It is also bioderived, will eventually break. Cope is better. So I want you guys to help me kind of answer these comments. I wouldn't say these are hate comments. These are more valid questions. And I want you guys to help me answer this if you can. So what is Kopie bad at and how can it be better than PLA? Please let me know and we can reply to this person right now. The one I am Electro is the most glaring question. More or less hassle for support removal. Like that Tiffany got cut from her. I would be blessed if I would have used Kopie for supports like this. Again, that is on me though. That is totally on me. Polylite is the worst for supports. And I understand that. And I still continue to use the Polylite because I don't want to order any new orange filament. All right, so let's start here. Kopie for one is great breakaway support. Do you post the memes on the Polymaker account? I do post the memes on the Polymaker account. That is me. Would you say a lower adhesion to PLA? It's more affordable and you can use it for prototyping prints instead using your more expensive filament. As for functionality, Kopie is must not correct grammar. No, correct my grammar, please. Kopie is one for one is great. Please correct my grammar. Don't be shy. I was probably just going to put this into ChatGPT and clean it up anyways, but please correct it. As for functionality, Kopie. I have the 3D printing. Ooh, I will, because right now I'm also utilizing the 3D printing subreddit as well. Great when used as, oh, there we go. It's great. CoPE is one for one is great for breakaway supports. As a little you can use. So there we go. If you make reusable print supports and you can print with PLA, CoPE would be a great material to use. Literally now means not literally. Your grammar is valid. There was one post with an incorrect your, but I wasn't sure if it was for engagement or farming. Sometimes it's for engagement, guys. Also, I heard that when we have grammar mistakes, it kind of proves that there's a human behind the marketing instead of it feeling more, I guess, robotic. I've seen people save on filament by placing an already made support during print time. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Not anymore. There are AI models for faking bad grammar. Well, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. There's no way that I am using AI to fake grammar. Bad grammar. It hurts almost as bad as stabbing resealable bags. That's on you guys. That's on you guys. I only stabbed the resealable bag on stream just to show you guys. I'd be perfect for making response then. I got a new keyboard and still can't get the hang of it. There's that fine line between professionalism and seeing more human. For sure. It's never to the point where we want to put something out that feels jumbly. Although sometimes if there is like a little bit of a grammar issue or a misspelling, we don't look at it down on it too badly. And we hope you guys don't either, but sometimes it creates a fun conversation. Well, I guess that's another question for you guys. How do you view Polymaker? Do you guys feel like we are on a good line of professionalism and approachability, or do you guys think we're too silly? Love your editing the response to be positive. It's worse when it's a title on a video that's displayed the entire time. For sure, for sure. Hopefully, I don't fumble with that anytime in the future. I do have a set of eyes that look at it before I post anything also. That's too kind of you. I am a fan of delicious flavor. Love Polymaker as a company. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's engagement baiting almost always. As for functionality, CoPE is best for static prints that do not require strain. And we hope if you have more specific questions, would be more than happy to answer them. All right, chat, this is what I'm sending out. CoPE is one for one is great for breakaway supports as it has a lower adhesion to PLA. It's more affordable and you can use it for prototyping prints instead of using your more expensive filament. As for functionality, CoPE is best for static prints that do not require strain. If you have more specific questions, we would be more than happy for you to answer them. When you guys see me reply to comments, this is usually the thought process that goes behind it. I usually go through it like 2 or 3 times to see if it sounds condescending or it sounds too friendly or it sounds just the right level of professionalism. Hello, welcome. We hope you'll cope. Maybe that should be my ending statement. Now this is great. Oh, like making people eat deep dish pizza, just rage baiting. Oh, to all of my northerners, how do you guys feel about that? Thank you, Jose, for the sweet comments. all the Polymaker people that I have encountered are awesome and down to earth. This is true. One of our core values in our company is that no one is above the other. So if you ever meet one of us, we're all pretty chummy with each other and hopefully with you guys also. Other companies feel colder and pretty much feel like a number and not a valued customer. Hopefully we don't ever get to that point. I like to say there are real humans behind the laptop answering all your questions. No one is perfect. I'm not an editor or a professional writer, and I don't expect others to be. The only time where we really value that everything is perfect is for public blog post or anything that goes into publication. So definitely that's where we value perfectionism in grammar. I would love a little more pushing of the fantastic resources Polymaker has. For sure. I am answering questions in Facebook groups all the time and in my streams. That is definitely something that we're definitely going to have to work on because, again, the Polymaker wiki is definitely something new. At Puzzles, how do you think the public would prefer the Polymaker wiki being marketed to? I love y'all's interaction, but I'm sure in the weebs on the web world, someone is whining. There's always haters, but it's okay. We like to think that all attention is good attention. At least we're being talked about. I think you're terribly unregulated and unprofessional. No uniforms, poor use of language, no fixed offices. It's disgraceful. You know what, Tony Wright? You might need to send that to our VP. The Polymaker uniform, sometimes. Black, maybe the Polymaker uniform. Poor use of language, no fixed offices is hilarious. Polymaker has an identity. That's great to hear from you guys. Other companies are just brand names. Say learn more here. I think I'll have to do more stories of that. Whatever happened to the transmission distance chart? It doesn't appear to work or it just takes me to the product page. I actually don't know what this is. Like show some images from the Polymaker wiki of a common issue and then share it. That's definitely what I'll have to do. Just like I showed you guys on stream today of how I had to look up troubleshooting issues of lifting. I think that might be my next post. So thank you, Puzzlers. Oh, one more comment, one more constructive comment that I will need you guys to help me on. But before that, woman merch. So really fun thing when I had to go to Rapid this year, I literally asked about the uniform, the work uniform we had to wear for like 2 weeks straight. And finally someone got back to me that I would be given a shirt day of, but no one asked for my size. So I had to wear around a men's medium for the entirety of the convention. And it absolutely sunk me in. And I had to be on stream for like 6 hours. So yes, woman merch. With the exception of the name, Polymaker sounds so generic that when I first heard of them, I assumed they were a cheap knockoff filament brand. Though I guess that kind of made it so you totally overshot my expectations. All right. Expectations low. That's good. But I like free stuff. Too much free merch. I started worrying about how the company makes money. Hey, at least it benefits you. Still looked cute, even a shirt that was too large. Thank you, guys. I feel like I looked like a child in that, and my friends roasted the hell out of me when they saw me on stream. That my friend, when she saw me in a fitted shirt, she congratulated me on me getting job security of them finally giving me a fitted shirt. If I don't get a Polymaker zip-up hoodie soon, I will. Okay, this is between you guys and me, but there might be some Polymaker merch in the works. I think the public-facing staff has a focus on promoting Bamboo over other solutions. Bamboo may have great printers, but they don't fit everyone's use case. I think this is also very valid. The only thing with me personally is that was my starter printer, and I'd love to get into different types of printers when I eventually get to that level. So hopefully you guys teach me enough to get me out of the Bamboo pipeline. Baby's first stream. Even if the shirt fit, if your friends don't roast you, are they really friends? That's true. That's true. Have faith in Joel, guys. Have faith. Okay, but one last comment I need you guys to help me on. I already have dozens of spools, PLA, PETG, and ABS in a rainbow of colors. Why should I consider adding this material to my inventory? I can't see the point of investing in another material type to get some gains that can be achieved with simple tuning. For months, I have been trying to see the point of this material. So guys, how do you think we should answer this? I'll start having faith in Joel when he paints the door. I swear, just give Joel some time to cook. Give Joel some time to cook. Give him like a couple weeks. Speaking of bamboo, why is the default bed temp on Polysite ASA 60 by default? Hopefully someone can answer Kyle Vanis. Just buy it and find out. I feel like you guys are trying to get Polymaker canceled. Pezlas, no. Okay, here's the very PC answer. No, and chat, HTPLA will be restocked by the end of this month. So please hold on to that. You guys really sold us out within the first week. Please cope with the fact that HTPLA is sold out for now. Most of the Polymaker staff are absolutely great. There's just this one guy who's really grumpy and doesn't give a near enough. We call him Gandalf of filament because he's the filament keeper. You can't ever have enough colors. Those are not Polymaker profiles unless you got them from Polymaker website. That would literally get us so many hate comments. I think someone would try to sue us also. Not everyone has an enclosure to print materials that can withstand hotter temps. HTPLA is good for people with no bearded printer. We're talking about CoPE still. HTPLA was just a side convo. CoPE doesn't stick to PLA. If you want if you have multiple nozzles, you could use it as supports. All right, here's another answer. Polymaker believes it's the next evolution, better than PLA. Something along those lines, because you guys do believe that. That would be funny though, bearded printer, if this person was just asking about CoPE and I just answered with HTPLA trying to promote a different sold out product. Where is that at? All right, let's see here. All right, I'm taking this seriously. I'm a fan of delicious flavor. Polymaker believes I'm gonna have to find. I thought that was what Nick said when he was talking about it around release. PLA tends to be default choice for basic prints, and CoPE can be a better answer for prints that can be a solution to non-functional prints that allows you much more flex. That's a really good answer, actually. I like it when Polymaker employees sing their customers happy birthday. At Tony Wright, when has that ever happened? Please give me a... Hi there. This is a totally valid question, and we hope choice for basic prints, but we believe that CoPE, CoPE can be a better solution or a better, I'm totally ripping this off of you, Korea Ricebox, thank you, can be a better answer for non-functional prints that can be prints that allow for more flexibility to use with PLA or on its own at a lower cost and a faster speed. All right, chat, let me know if this is good. All right, Korea Ricebox. Tony Wright, is this a sign that you want us to sing happy birthday to you? All good, all good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tony Wright 6732. Happy birthday to you. Yay, Tony. You ask and you shall receive, Tony. Happy belated or early birthday, Tony. Please feel free to ask questions and our team will do our best to answer. Oh, Tony, your birthday was actually very soon. Happy birthday, Tony. With that said, I think this is the end of our stream. Thank you guys for sticking around with me for an hour and 4 minutes. Happy birthday, Tony Wright 6732. Hopefully I have better pochita to show you guys next time. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for all your help again this week answering some questions. And I hope to see you guys again around the same time next week. Bye.